Hi everyone, this is Max Gullickson, and I'm here in Sawpers Community Television at 41 Elm Street, coming on the end of the year 2019, and I'm here today with Lou Ellen Corkum and Pat Haddock, and they both are involved in Gateway Players. Hello ladies, thanks for coming.
Hi, Thanks for having us,
Good
Max.
to see you. We've had you before.
Yes, we have.
Now we're just off a year of a lot of different plays. We just got done with them, and what a successful year it was, and you both were involved. Any special memories, Pat, from this last year?
Yes, I transported our audiences to the trial of the Wicked Witch.
Oh, yeah.
So we were in make-believe land once upon a time, and the characters were great, and I had such a good time. It was adults and children, so it was a good mix.
Yeah, a lot of people
Fun
in that
time.
cast, huh?
Lot,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Some don't have that.
No.
Yeah, and how about you, Llewellyn? Any special memories from last year?
I think I have two. Our show earlier this year was called Sylvia, where one of the actors portrayed a dog. She was excellent. She had the mannerisms of a dog. I just think that came across really well.
Yeah.
And then, like Pat, I did direct a show this year. There's a Monster in My Closet, which had teens and adults in it. And it was kind of a take on, the scary thing about monsters in your closet, but this one wasn't scary.
Wasn't quite as bad as the one I remember from being 8. And I watched Sylvia too. Sylvia was terrific. And you're so right about the actress. It was a real tall feat to be able to act that way and portray that as a dog, but as a human. Now you get done with your year, and every year, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but every year after a successful run of plays, we have a fabulous award show that involves licorice candy or something like that. Can you?
Well, we call it the Twizzlers because maybe people don't know, but backstage, that is our food of choice.
Is a Twizzler the
Is
licorice?
a Twizzler.
The red-
yeah,
the
the
red
red one.
licorice.
The red one.
The red one's only,
Yeah.
no black. Just
No black.
No,
Yeah,
red
okay.
licorice. That's our candy. Every show has at least one bag of Twizzlers at some point in time backstage.
And so coming up the end of the year, an award named after the Twizzler. And who do we honor there? The participants? Or?
Yeah, anybody who's worked on a show is eligible. We have acting categories, the director, and like the Tonys, we give the most outstanding. We do outstanding. We don't do best. Outstanding play of the year, show of the year.
So it's a competition for the Twizzler.
Yeah, it's not really.
I mean, you guys are a close group. It's probably not really. It's not cutthroat.
It's not like we go after votes or anything.
No, I would
but
imagine not.
But it's fun, and people in our audience vote. We have a sign up at the beginning of our season where you fill out a card with your name and address and whatever. And at the end of the season, if you've seen a majority of the shows, I forget what the cutoff last year, it was 5. So if you've seen 5 shows of the 7, then you get a ballot at the end of the year and you get to vote on your favorite
it's
people.
the audiences who are voting the Twizzler recipient.
Audiences and anyone who's involved in the shows.
Well, good deal. Sounds
Yeah.
like a lot of fun. And then they get a bag of Twizzlers, or
No,
they
they
get
get
the
an
honor of
award.
knowing for a whole year that they were the one.
Well, we have it on February 1st. We'll be holding our awards dinner. We hold it down at the Southbridge Hotel. Wonderful dinner. We have some entertainment.
You do the whole thing up.
We do the
Oh,
whole thing
yeah.
up.
Dress
neat.
up and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then, if you are the top vote getter in your category, we have awards that we've made up. So you get your Twizzler award to take home with you.
Well, that must be quite the icing on the cake.
It is.
It
It's
is.
fun.
All right, so this year we have 6 new plays.
We do.
Another opportunity. How many years have we been doing this?
45. This will be
So-
our 45th season.
So the 45th season has 6 new ones, and why don't we go through them briefly and talk about them? So
Okay.
we're going to start off, we have Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park, and that's coming in February.
Right.
What can you tell me about that play?
Love that play. Well,
Yeah.
I love Neil Simon. He's my favorite comedic playwright. Barefoot in the Park was originally produced in 1963, and it was his longest running show on Broadway. It's the 10th longest running show
In history?
in history that's a non-musical.
Oh.
It's about a young couple who are newlyweds. They live in a top floor apartment in a brownstone in New York City, and the woman, Corey, everything is perfect. She's excitable and she's spontaneous, and Paul is laid back. He kind of sees reality, like the hole in the skylight and the fact that there's no bathtub in the apartment. And they have an eccentric neighbor and her mother who are also part of the cast, and it's just a really, really funny play.
You must have tryouts for that.
We've had auditions already. They were a couple weeks ago, so we've cast
Cast
that
is all
play.
set.
They're in rehearsals right now.
Excellent. That takes some time. You have to rehearse for a while, don't you?
Usually it's
to
about
12.
8 to 12 weeks,
Okay.
depending on what else is going on, with the theater.
I see in your next play comes in April. They're about 2 months apart. And we're
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
this one The Cemetery Club in April. What's that about? Is it
Yeah.
spooky?
I'm
Because-
directing that one.
Are you?
It's a comedy. It has 3 Jewish widows who get together on a monthly basis to have tea and also to go to the cemetery to talk with their husbands who have passed away. And then there's a nice looking gentleman who comes into the picture, and that's all I'm going to tell about it. But it is definitely a comedy.
It sounds like the start of a show right there. Interesting things that could happen. I don't suppose their husbands talk back when they're out there.
No.
Or maybe they do. I don't know.
Well, we always hear the words.
Spiritually.
Yeah.
In June we have Of Mice and Men. There's a famous
Classic.
one. Yeah, it is. What's that about briefly?
It's about 2 gentlemen who are displaced migrant workers, and it takes place during the Great Depression.
This is Steinbeck, isn't
It is Steinbeck.
He writes about that a lot.
Yes, and the other thing that we just want to make our audience is aware of is that it does contain some language, and it does contain some situations that might
Adult
bother
situations.
some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just be wary of that when you come. Think age appropriateness.
I see.
That's all.
Yeah, okay. And then we're moving on to August for Schoolhouse Rock Live.
Yeah.
What we
is
like
that?
to do every year is to have at least one show where we can bring youth in. So this year we're doing Schoolhouse Rock Junior or Live, and that's a youth production. So if you have ever watched, Channel 2 TV, there are some songs. It's a musical, by the way. There are songs in there like I'm Just a Bill on Capitol Hill,
Yes.
or Conjunction
Yep.
Junction.
Oh, is that what
Right.
this is?
Oh,
That's
yes.
what this
Oh
one
my
is.
goodness, that's right in my age
Oh,
range
yeah.
when
Yeah.
I was
So
little.
it's nostalgia for our age
Oh, my word, I
people, and
remember
it's
those.
new for the
Conjunction
kids, and it's entertaining and educational.
Oh, I'm going to go to that one
Yeah.
just to bring back, be 9 years old again. Then we go to October and we have God of Carnage. That sounds like a heavy metal band, but it is not. That's a
It
play.
is not. It's actually a dark comedy. Let's call it that. So it has serious undertones, but it is funny. It's about 2 sets of parents who are meeting to discuss the fact that one child has hurt the other child in the park. And they decide that they're going to meet and they're going to be very civilized and they're going to discuss the situation. But at the end of the deal, it turns into chaos and not necessarily fun times. This also has adult themes, so we just want to put that warning out there.
Yeah.
Just think age appropriateness again for this one.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to bring your kids, you're going to go to
Just
School
be
of
aware.
Rock.
Yeah.
You go to the play of the previous year. December, we have Happy
Hollandaise.
Hollandaise. And what is that
It's
about?
a British comedy, and a woman wants to have, in Britain, she wants to have the perfect Christmas party, so she hires a gourmet chef to come in and make her famous hollandaise sauce, and invites the vicar from town and his pregnant wife for the dinner. And the chef comes late. There are burglars in the neighborhood, so just the chaos that ensues.
Things aren't going the way she planned.
No.
And that's
But it all
okay.
works out in the end.
Yeah.
You gotta know it's
I
Christmas
hope so.
time.
I would hope so. It's a comedy after
Yes,
all.
It is.
Yeah.
We like it when things work out in the end,
We
especially
do.
at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good. You got 6 wonderful
good
plays.
Very different.
Now, I know from having spent time with you and your group and the others who are just so involved in this and so devoted to it, that it takes a lot of people. It's a volunteer effort on your part. And for anybody in the community who is new or has always kind of had an interest, if a person wanted to be involved with Gateway, there's other things to do. Because acting, I think, for a lot of people is a little intimidating. But if they wanted to be involved, but they don't want to be quite so out front, are there other jobs
There's a
that a
lot.
person who just want to volunteer their time and meet a new crowd could do? What are they?
Absolutely.
Pick one.
Stage managing.
managing.
That's kind of a tough one
Yeah.
Yeah.
to just come in and do that. But
Yeah.
But working on the crew of
Yeah.
a show, especially a musical, we need more people backstage than 1 or 2
Yeah.
because it's coordinating entrances and exits
I
and
see.
moving props and furniture around.
I
and
see.
Things like that.
What about
So
snack bars? There's one
yeah.
there's in the middle.
We have a
work
house.
that
I
too.
didn't even
We
think
do.
about
We
that
have-
as a
Yeah,
part.
right.
Yeah.
We have a house
Yeah.
committee
Yeah.
who they come and they set up the cookies and snacks
Yeah.
and whatever.
So there's
And
quite a few people. I mean,
There, yeah.
Probably right now, the one that we're really searching for, if there's someone out there that's interested, is the tech crew. We have, we need to have people who are capable of running not only our lights, but also any of the sounds or the audio that has to go along with it.
Technicians.
Technicians.
Yeah.
We have someone who can teach people how to do that.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have a few extras.
People, I mean, but you wouldn't have to be a real techie to learn these things.
Even I can do it.
Yeah, I hear ya, Pat. Me too. They let me play with the cameras here once in a while. I don't, not often, but occasionally, and it's fun.
It is
and
fun,
you may have a need, and somebody could learn about lights because lights. I mean, there's a lot more to lights than people realize.
There really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other thing, the theme for 42 years now, we're
45.
going 45.
Well, 42, we've been in one place, and now
Yeah.
we're,
For a lot of that time, you were over here at the barn, and we've talked about this before, and you guys have managed, with the help of friends like the Elm Street Congregational Church and others, to find venues, but you're still looking for a permanent home,
We
and
are.
you're still hoping for a white knight out there in the community, or a red knight, or a blue knight, or any color knight to come along and help you out, because what you really need is a permanent building for a physical home.
Correct.
So if you're out there, folks, and you're looking to
have a
help out the
building,
local group that does a lot of selfless work, these are the people to talk to, and maybe they can you can help them to find a new building. Well, thanks a lot for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
What a fun year we had last year, huh? And another one
did,
coming
we
up.
did.
Pretty much a lot of the same people. I know they come and go.
Over the last few years, as far as people, actors mostly coming in,
Yeah.
we've had a lot of new people that have come on board, that have discovered us.
Yeah.
Either they like the show that we're putting on,
Yeah.
or they've heard, through word of mouth, through other people. We always have our Facebook page. We'll put information about auditions out there on our Facebook page
Yeah.
or our website. And we just encourage people to come in and give it a try.
Keeping it fresh.
Absolutely.
And always new play. I always wondered this one last thing before we.
Sure.
When you use a play, like go to the Barefoot in the Park, Neil Simon, I mean, obviously a famous player. That's not gratis. You have to pay for that.
We
Sure.
pay royalties
You have to
on
rent
all of
that
our
play or
plays.
pay a royalty or something like
Go
that.
anywhere from $75 per performance to musicals.
Musicals are anywhere from, I think the least expensive we've done in the last 5 years was like 1,200 up to 3,000
Per
per performance.
Well, no, the musicals, that would be the
whole
the whole thing. All five of them in general. You
Yeah.
do.
So that's why you
But
see
that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
you see us when we do musicals. We'll only do 3 shows because of the expense of it. We're doing a show like Barefoot in the Park or the Cemetery Club. Those royalties are a little bit less because the shows have been around for a while.
I
So
see.
we can do 5 shows.
I see. So that's the limiting factor is the cost, because you have to do everything quite legally. You don't want to
Right.
Oh, yeah.
run into a
Yes.
problem. Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you.
Folks, there you are, another year of Gateway Players coming up. This year with 6 new shows and a couple of the main players here. And I would encourage you, like I do all the time, that if you're in Southbridge and you're looking for something interesting and lively and new to do, you and that special friend that you have, go and check them out. And they're over here mainly in the Elm Street Congregational Church. Are all of your shows going to be there this year, you think?
As far as we know, the
We
summer
think
one
so.
might be changed.
Might be changed.
Yeah.
But as far as we know, they will.
Mostly there, and those gracious folks there that allow them to do their shows there. And again, if you're not doing nothing, you're looking for some culture, you go on over there and catch one of these fine plays from Gateway. And this is Max Gullickson, and this is Southbridge Community Television, and we'll catch you next time right here in our studio in Southbridge. Thank you. All right.